ever wanted to know what it feels like to be gaslighted? Join me as I dive deep into the mind of a narcissist and my experience of being gaslighted. Can we untangle the emotional chaos and find clarity? Well, we're about to see. Let's get into this tea. Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something that is really deep, and it's about gaslighting. You've probably heard of the term before, but what does it really mean, right? So, and more importantly, how does it feel when someone's gaslighting you, right? Well, gaslighting is a form of psychological manipulation, and let me tell you, it's no joke. It messes with your mind, your confidence, and your sense of reality. But before we get into how it feels to be gaslighted, let's break down what gaslighting actually is and why people do it. All right. So, gaslighting is when someone makes you question your reality, your memory, your feelings, right? It's like they're trying to rewrite your version of events or make you feel like you're losing it, even though you know what's real. It's a tactic that's used to gain control, usually in toxic relationships or abusive relationships, and it can make you feel like you're the one that's going crazy. I know I did, but now some actual facts. Where does this term gaslighting comes from? So it comes from I think it's 1944. It's a movie called Gaslight, where this man, he tried to convince that his wife was going crazy by making small changes around their home, like dimming back in the day the gas lights, and then denying that he did it when she noticed that he did. Basically, it's all about making someone doubt themselves, and trust me, it's not something you really want to ever have to experience. I don't wish this on anyone. So, why do people do it? Why would anyone want to mess with your mind like that? Gaslighting is about control. We know narcissists love to control. People gaslight to make you dependent on them, to make you feel insecure, to shift blame away from themselves. It's a common tactic in narcissistic or emotionally abusive relationships because the gaslighter wants to keep you confused and off balance and wants to remain in control. If they can make you doubt your own judgment, then they can control the narrative. Gaslighting can happen in romantic relationships, friendships, at work, even within families. The goal is always the same. It's to get you to question your own thoughts, your own sense of reality, your own feelings, so that the gaslighter can always maintain power over you. So, gaslighting, it usually starts very small, right? It might be something as simple as someone denying a conversation you know that you had with them. They may say, "I never said that," or "You're remembering it wrong," or whatever. But at first, you may think you did get it wrong. After all, everyone misremembers things, right? Like no one remembers everything. But over time, the gaslighting, it starts to intensify. The gaslighter will start to deny more and more things, making you doubt your perception of reality. They'll tell you you're overreacting or you're being too sensitive when you call out their behavior. Before you know it, you're questioning your memory, your feelings, or even your sanity. The thing is, gaslighting isn't just about lying. It's about creating a pattern of lies and manipulation that slowly chips away at your confidence, your self-esteem, and your trust that you have within yourself. So, what does it feels like to be gaslighted? Well, let's get real, okay? It's confusing. It's draining. It's downright scary. When someone is gaslighting you, you feel like you're constantly walking on eggshells. Nothing you say or do seems to be right. And no matter how hard you try, the other person always finds a way to make you feel like you're wrong. One of the first things that happens when you're being gaslighted is that you start to question your own thoughts and your own memories. You'll think back to a conversation you might have had and wonder, did I really say that? Or am I remembering this wrong? Like, am I overthinking? Am I overdoing it? And the gaslighter will insist, of course, that things happen differently. And after a while, you start to believe them. This self-doubt becomes a constant state of mind for you. You'll start to question whether your feelings are valid, whether your memories are accurate, and whether you're even seeing things clearly as you believe you are. It's like you're constantly second guessing yourself, and it's extremely exhausting. It's extremely draining. This gaslighting creates confusion, right? You'll have moments where you feel like you're completely lost in the relationship or the situation, and then like 1 minute you're sure of yourself, and then the next minute you're questioning everything that you were just sure about. The gaslighter will flip the script on you so many times that you never really know where you stand. One day they're giving you all the praise, and the next day they're telling you you're irrational, you're overacting, you're overthinking these things. And that back and forth consistency keeps you in a constant state of uncertainty, making it hard for you to trust your own instincts. When you're gaslighted, you often or always find yourself apologizing for things that aren't really your fault. Actually, they're not even your fault. The gaslighter will make you feel like everything that goes wrong is on you, and you'll end up saying, I'm sorry, just to keep the peace to avoid more conflict. I did this a lot, guys. I did this a lot. Over time, you start to take on the blame for the things that you have nothing to do with. You'll start to apologize for feeling hurt, for having a difference of an opinion, or even for the things the gaslighter did. It's all a part of the manipulation. It's supposed to, or it's designed to make you feel responsible for their actions and emotions. Another thing that happens when you're being gaslighted is that you start to feel isolated. The gaslighter might tell you that, no one would understand what's happening, that, your family and friends don't really care about you, that they'll try to cut you off from your support system, basically making you feel like you're alone and you're misunderstood. You might even feel embarrassed to talk to people about what's going on. I definitely did, because I was worried about like how they would feel. I was worried about what they think, or really thinking that they wouldn't believe me, or worse. Basically they would think that I'm overreacting. And this is the same for you. I felt alone, as if no one would understand what I was going through. It was a very confusing period of time in my life. Over time, I began to realize that it was all fake and that I actually had the power. These gaslighters are skilled at making you feel like you're the only one who sees things the way you do, and that no one else can be trusted. Gaslighting can seriously mess with your self-esteem. Over time, you start to believe the things the gaslighter says about you, that you're too sensitive, that you're overreacting, or that you're the problem. Or in my case, that I wouldn't find anyone that would accept me and my 4 children if I chose to leave him. Well, you already know, right? You might feel like you're not good enough, that you're not smart enough, or even capable enough to trust your own judgment. Don't fall for it. This loss of confidence makes it harder to stand up for yourself. It makes it harder for you to stand up for yourself. It makes it harder for you to see the gaslighter's behavior for what it really is. You'll find yourself doubting your abilities, your decisions, and even your self-worth. It's like the gaslighter has stolen a part of you, or a part of who you are, and you don't know how to gain this back. Now, now that we talked about how it feels to be gaslighted, let's go over some signs that to know if someone is gaslighting you. How do you know that? All right, especially if you're experiencing any of these things. It's important for you to step back. It's important for you to evaluate what's really going on, and let's help to do that. So let's start with number one. You start to doubt yourself. If someone is constantly telling you that you're wrong or that you're remembering things incorrectly, that's a huge red flag. Y'all hear me talking about red flags all the time. Red flag, especially if it's about, things that are pretty straightforward, like a conversation or event that you clearly are aware and you know what happened. All right. Number two is they twist the truth. Gaslighters are expert at twisting the truth to suit their narratives. They'll take something that happened and spin it around in a way that makes them look like the victim or makes you look like the bad guy. This leaves you feeling confused, unsure about what really went down. Everything he did to me, he told me that I did it to him. That's what my narcissist did to me. Flipped the script, changed it around. Number three, they make you feel like you're crazy. One of the most painful aspects of gaslighting for me is that the gaslighter made me feel like I was losing my mind. So in cases you may feel like you're losing your mind, they'll do things like tell you that you're imagining things, or that you're being irrational, or that you're blowing things out of proportion. And over time, this consistency of this person telling you this, it can make you feel like you can't trust your own mind. All right. So number four, they make you feel like you're questioning your feelings a lot. So if someone's constantly telling you that your feelings aren't valid, that you're overreacting, it's a form of emotional manipulation, straight up. Gaslighters want you to question your emotions because it gives them the control. They can dictate how you should feel or react to situation. It gives them the power over you. It gives them the control over you. So what do you do if you're being gaslighted? It's not really that easy, but the first step, honestly, is recognizing that it's happening. So congratulations to you. Once you can see the pattern, you can start to take the steps to protect yourself. If something feels off, trust your gut. Trust that feeling. It's off. Gaslighters try to make you doubt your instincts, but your gut is often your best guide. If you know something happened, don't let them convince you otherwise. Stand firm on what you know. One way to deal with gaslighting is to keep a record of conversations and events. I know, who wants to write things down at a conversation, but seriously, write things down or save messages so that you can have some kind of concrete evidence to refer to when the gaslighter tries to twist the truth or twist the narrative. It can really help you stay grounded in reality when they're trying to mess with your mind. Okay. If you can start setting boundaries with the gaslighter, that's great. I always say to set boundaries. Let them know that you won't tolerate being lied to or manipulated. This can be tough, especially if you have some emotional attachment to this person, but it's essential for your mental health, for your mental well-being. Gaslighters often try to isolate you. I talk about isolation a lot because it's so crucial for you to reach out to friends, family, a therapist, or even videos like this for support. They can give you an outside perspective and help you see the situation more clearly. Talking things out with someone who has your back or has experience can make all of the difference in the situation in which you're going through. Gaslighting is one of the most destructive forms of emotional abuse because it makes you doubt yourself, your self-worth. You doubt yourself in ways that can really be hard to recover from. But once you recognize these signs, you can start to take the steps to protect yourself and to regain control of your life and take you back. Okay? So if you've ever experienced gaslighting or suspect that it might be happening to you, remember that you're not crazy and you're definitely not alone. You deserve to trust your feelings, your memory, and your sense of reality. I encourage you to stay strong, trust yourself, and don't let anyone make you feel less than. No, that's it for my video today, but I love to hear from you. I love to hear the comments below. What has been your experience with this topic? If you have found this video insightful, share it with at least 5 of your friends to help bring awareness to this topic and to help someone else in need. If this has helped you, or you know that it can help someone else, or maybe you don't know who it can help, but make sure to give it a thumbs up. This will help to increase the chances of this video being seen, to bring awareness to others who are lost, and we want them to be found. Educated. Lastly, hit that subscribe button for more real talk on narcissistic relationships and personal growth. It is so important to get the awareness out. But today, thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I'll catch you on the next video. Stay empowered, keep your head up, and most importantly, share. This platform is to bring awareness to all of those that are unaware that they are in a toxic situation or an abusive relationship. Gaslighting is one of the most insidious things that anyone can do to anybody, to make that person question their reality. And some people honestly don't recover from this. Okay? So, you know what I always say, think twice before reacting.